Trying to get it to where there's not as much of a glare. We're waiting on Preston. Preston, when you arrive, let me know. I brought 3 different decks out with me. I brought the Echoes of the Soul Oracle. These are all 3 decks that we didn't pull from in the main video. So you got Echoes of the Soul Oracle, you got the Animal Spirit Oracle, and you got Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. I'm a few minutes early, but I wanted to get on and get the angle right and get everything set up. It's not necessarily an elegant setup, but nonetheless, it'll get the job done. It is a beautiful day outside today. The sun's shining, the birds are singing, the squirrels are out and about. So we're here to, okay, there we are. Hello, Preston. How are you? I kept my word. We're back. I brought 3 decks with me. These are the 3 decks that we did not pull from in the main video. So if you didn't pick a particular deck, I'm actually gonna pull from all 3 of them for you. So we're gonna start with the Echoes of the Soul Oracle. These have longer messages, and then we'll do the Animal Spirit Oracle and the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. All right. It did turn out to be a beautiful day. I should have checked the temperature before I came on. I don't know how warm it is, but it's warm. There's a slight breeze blowing. No chemtrails in the sky today. That's always nice. There is a little cluster of clouds to my left. Honest and absolute, Jim, you are. Oh, thank you. All right, Preston, here we go. The Veil of Crows, number 18. Also breaking down to a 9. Strong 9 energy today. We saw that a lot in the main live. We got Idle Reverie, 17 on the top of the deck. 17, 18, number synchronicities. And then number 6, The Road Ahead, on the bottom of the deck. We'll read the basic message from the top and the bottom, but the main message will be what came out, number 18. So, number 6, Road Ahead. I'm sorry if there's a glare. Hi there, Olivia. We're pulling for Preston right now. All right, The Road Ahead. The key themes are independence, adventure, new beginnings, self-discovery, courage to explore, and personal freedom. Number 17, Idle Reverie. Key themes: contemplation, daydreaming. Didn't we read something about daydreaming earlier? Mental rest, creativity through stillness, and reconnecting with inner desires. Young masculine energy in the imagery. He's sitting in stillness, finding that quiet time, allowing yourself to daydream, to contemplate creatively on where you want to go, your desires, your wants, your dreams. All right, and then right after that, the Veil of Crows. You were talking about the little shadowy figures earlier, right? Notice the shadow here to the side. And in the imagery, you can't really tell if the crows are actually there or if it's shadows. All right. Mystery, shadow work, hidden truths, facing fears, transformation through the unknown. Message. The veil of crows flutters in the wind, obscuring your vision, but whispering of truths that lie just beyond your fears. What you resist may hold the clarity and strength that you seek. Stepping into the shadows, you confront the mysteries that have held you captive. The crows, messengers of the unseen, guide you through the doorway of your doubts to uncover hidden truths. Trust in your courage to face the unknown. Behind the veil lies the light of understanding. Guidance. This card invites you to explore the shadows within yourself, the doubts, fears, and uncertainties that may be clouding your path. The veil of crows represents a threshold, a space where mystery and transformation coexist. To lift this veil, you must confront what you have avoided and trust that the journey into the unknown will bring clarity and growth. Shadow work is not about fixing yourself, but about understanding and integrating the parts of you that are often hidden. The more you embrace these aspects, the more fully you can step into your power. The affirmation: I am courageous in facing my fears and embracing the unknown. Through shadow work, I uncover hidden truths and step into my light. Actionable insight. Choose one fear or doubt that feels manageable to explore. Reflect on its source and write down how it has influenced your thoughts or actions. Then take one small step to confront it. This could be having a difficult conversation, trying something you've avoided, or meditating on the emotions it stirs. Notice how this act of courage shifts your perspective. What did we talk about earlier about accepting your truth, knowing your truth, speaking your truth, being honest with yourself, even if you can't do it with the people around you just yet? You have to start with yourself. All right, reflection. The veil of crows reminds you that clarity often lies in the places you fear to tread. By stepping into the shadows and facing what you've avoided, you free yourself to uncover the truths that empower you. This is not a journey to be rushed, but one to be undertaken with compassion and trust in your strength. We saw strength earlier. What lies behind your veil of crows? How can you take the first step toward uncovering the truth it conceals? Remember when it read earlier about the rose-colored glasses? Taking off understanding that once you take off the rose-colored glasses, you can't put them back on. It's almost like your spirit, your soul won't let you. But at the same time, don't avoid what you see or what you feel once you take them off, because that's where we learn. In our triggers, in our anger, in our reactions to certain things, that's where we learn about ourselves and learn about the shadow work that we need to do. But we have to be open and honest and understanding and forgiving of ourselves so that we can do that. Because, and the first step, just like in recovery for any kind of addiction, the first step is admitting that there is a problem. If you can't even admit that it's a problem, whatever it is, then you're not going to put any attention or any effort into fixing it because you don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy. That's why a lot of people don't do it. But in the end, it opens up your path. It opens up the possibilities despite the outside world's influence. Being honest with yourself despite other people's opinions. A lot of times that's what keeps us stuck in the box, is the opinions of others. Be truthful to yourself about your beliefs, about your dreams, about your faith, about your goals, about the world around you. Believe what you believe. Don't believe something just because somebody tells you you should, and don't ignore something just because somebody else is closed-minded and can't see it the way you see it. Life usually teaches us through trial and error who we are, to the point to where we can't ignore it anymore, to where we're forced to take the rose-colored glasses off because so much has happened. We've seen so much, we've been through so much, we've learned so much, we've heard so much, we've grown so much that we can't fit back in that cage. We can't fit back in that box that the cards were talking about earlier. That's come up several that's come up several times in the last couple days, that caged energy where we keep ourselves trapped in an invisible cage with our beliefs, with our emotions, because either we're trying to fit ourselves into a box that we don't fit in, or we're trying to come out of that box, but we're listening more to other people than ourselves, our angels, our ancestors, our spirit guides, our intuition, whatever that may be. All right, let's do animal spirit. We'll do 3 from this one. You doing good so far, Preston? Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a peaceful, positive, and productive day today. It's turned out to be a beautiful day in my area. All right, this is the Animal Spirit Oracle. Look at that. Panther and whale. Gentle giants. You got eagle on the bottom of the deck, and butterfly on the top of the deck. Air energy with both of those. You got water, air, and I think panther is fire. Let's see. We'll start with whale. When I first came outside, there was nobody outside. Now there's a bunch of people outside. Oh, duh. I'm looking. No wonder I can't find it. I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. There we go. These cards are not numbered, so he is coming down here. Oh, it's the UPS guy. Okay. That's not for me. I thought it was going to be my maintenance man. I'm behind, crying. You've coughed as I took a sip of alcohol. Aw. Oh, are you drinking today? What are you drinking on? All right, whale. Desire to delve deeper. Oh, wait, that's the wrong card. Here we go. Whale. Desire to delve deeper, profound peace, and ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. When in balance, calm, steady, and deeply compassionate. When out of balance, heavy, and slips into the old story. Remember, we talked about that earlier. To bring into balance regular self-care. This is on page 117, which also breaks down to a 9. Strong 9 energy today. Yes, I'm sad. Oh, I'm sorry, Preston. I have some whiskey in my fridge. You know, I'm not typically a drinker, but I bought this bottle right before Christmas. And I've gotten to where, like, I don't know, like once a week, I'll take me a shot or two of it just to kind of help me chill. But I don't really drink too much. Okay. Eagle and butterfly. Well, let's do Panther first because it's next in order. Panther is fire energy, which we saw fire earlier twice. Alienation of the unnecessary and purging. We talked about that earlier. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnant. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther journey always leads to a brighter place. When in balance, brave and productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. So once again, that purging, that walking away from people, places, things, mindsets that no longer serve us. Acknowledging what those are and making a conscious effort to heal them. All right, butterfly and eagle. Air energy. I'm sorry you're sad. But you know, sometimes those sad days can be very healing if we do it in a constructive way. I've been there. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been toxic sad and I've been ready to heal sad. All right. But I'm sending you lots of love today. Just take it one day at a time. That's all we can do. I didn't see butterfly. What happened? There it is. All right. Butterfly. Undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to only one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer, done at the same place and time, will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. So, routine. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. To bring into balance, daily routine. This is on page 153, which also breaks down to a 9. And you know, in the live earlier, I mentioned being a life path 9. If you've never figured out your life path number, that would also maybe benefit you. If you don't know how to figure that out, I can tell you, or you can Google it, either way, but you may already know how to do that. But maybe looking into your life path number, that could maybe open your eye. The life path number 9 is the wounded warrior. I know because I am one. But no matter what your life path is, that might help you in some way, shape, or form. All right, and then the hawk. Watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. Look at that. Once again, talking about the shifting winds, the winds of change. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When in balance, sees clearly and intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much and is suspicious. To bring into balance, perspective shift. That kind of references what we were talking about earlier about once you take the rose-colored glasses off, you cannot put them back on. That can be a very abrupt and sudden reality shift for a lot of us. And when you're going through that, really the best thing you can do is just be patient with yourself, be loving with yourself, and just really try to get a grip on your reality, spending more time in the present, learning ways to bring yourself back to the presence. The Mary Magdalene deck talks about 3 intentional breaths can bring you back to the present, like practicing the pause, and 3 big inhales, 3 big exhales to help bring you back into the present energy. Yeah. Your life path number, if you don't know what that is, or how to figure it out, you just take all the numbers of your birthday, your month, your day, and your year, and you add them all up, and then the 2 digits that you have left, you add those together. So like say if it totaled up to 43, you would add the 4 and the 3 together to get 7, and so 7 would be your life path number. So if you've never investigated that, that might be something to look into. All right, now the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. Two trucks have gone by in like less than a minute, and this is a little back road. Like, I never see vehicles out here. So crazy. I use the senses. I don't know what you mean by that. I use the senses. What do you mean? 130.97. Oh, you're a baby. Okay, so that would be 1 and 3 is 4, plus 9 would be 13, plus 7 would be 20. So you're a life path 2. So you might want to look that up. I don't really know much about the other life paths, just about my own. So number 1, Princess. You can be your own knight. We got Nostalgia, Focus on the Here and Now, number 33 on the bottom of the deck. And Throne, Your Potential is Endless, number 45. More 9 energy, 33 is the master number. And then number 1, New Beginnings. All right, Princess is what actually came out. All the squirrels hopping around in the leaves. Sounds like somebody walking over there. Okay. I'm not sure why it took me so long to find that. It sounds like something bigger than a squirrel. I don't know. Anyways, squirrel distraction. Sorry. All right. You can be your own knight. You may be in a dire situation you need escaping from. Rest assured, you have the power within to persevere. You already know you don't need to be rescued by a charming prince or a chivalrous knight in shining armor. You've got your own shield and sword, and God's help anyone who thinks they can do a better job. So be your own knight in shining armor, you know, embrace the journey. Open a can of whoop ass if you need to. All right, and then Nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. This talks about that ruminating energy, like being in the past instead of in the present. We kind of already tapped on that. That can be a difficult cycle to break once you fall into it. All right. You're 36 on the timer. You're spending the majority of the time daydreaming, wondering what could have been. If oh, that's the 3rd or 4th time daydreaming's come up. Wondering what could have been, if only things had gone the way you wanted. By doing this, you aren't giving yourself a fair chance. Truth is, there's nothing you can do to change what happened. No matter how many scenarios you craft in your mind, make improvements to your present, not your imaginary. Be sure to nurture what you've been given. So focus on the here and now, not the woulda, shoulda, couldas, not what might have been. When you're daydreaming, daydream about what if it works out. Didn't we see that earlier in the Unstoppable You Oracle? What if it works out? What if it turns out good? Don't base future outcomes off of past outcomes. All right, and then 45, throne, your endless potential. This is the last card in the deck. Notice you've got 3 there. The power of 3. We talked about teamwork earlier, working with your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the Most High. Don't forget that they're there to help you. Your potential is endless. At the risk sounding cliche, you can do anything you put your mind to. You are a mighty queen or king who is complex enough to be both gentle and valiant, just and magnificent, or any combination you should ever long for. The reason they tell you that you cannot have it all is because they are afraid you will become even more dangerous than you already are. There you go, my dear. I hope something that you heard there helps you, encourages you in some way, shape, or form. I will say that is the first time that I have ever done that. So this has been an enjoyable experience for me as well. You know, my goal is only ever to encourage and support and empathize and, you know, share what I have learned with other people. And this is just the way that I've been called to do it. So, I hope, if nothing else, it encouraged you and helped you know that you are not alone on your journey. Despite how often it may feel that way, I've been there many, many times. And so I know how difficult that can be. This journey can be a lonely one at times. But usually in some way or shape or form, it ends up serving us in the end. Is there anything else I can do for you while we're here? All right, as always, be grateful for what you have. The big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there, today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, you could possibly change their life. And you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace. I hope you have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.